That was healthy. Hey, welcome everybody to the SideQuest, your weekly journey into all things video games. I am Dali Dimofsky from SideQuesting.com. It's a website. Joining me is West Coast Sam Dixon.
Hello, friends. I'm the cool hip Sam instead of the East Coast loser Sam. What's on fleek? Is that still a thing people say?
It's not a thing.
Damn, I tried.
Have you seen this game? It's totally fuego.
And that person is East Coast Tom.
What
Tom
up?
Johnson.
He's like West Coast Tom, but he's a lot angrier.
West Coast Tom is Hillary Clinton. East Coast Tom is a Bernie bro. Yes. Shout out to Swery, who created the one-off I am not Yelp mug before finding out that he couldn't sell the mug because of the word Yelp on it. And so I have the only collector's limited edition from the White Owls development studio. The first person to buy it before Zazzle shut him down, which is pretty funny.
God, I forgot about Zazzle.
Oh, Zazzle's great. Hi guys, what's up?
I'm tired.
Yeah, you're too cheery for the week after E3.
I am fucking tired as well. I am so tired though.
We started work 2 hours late yesterday, and had the most dour live show today because we're all just so goddamn tired.
When did you? So Sam and I got back in the wee hours of Thursday to our respective towns. When did you guys get back?
I got home 8 p.m. Saturday Eastern time. 8
p.m. Okay, so at nighttime. What you guys?
Friday.
Friday. Okay, so you left like early Friday morning, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I literally was going through security as my my plane started boarding.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Sam, did you make it to your plane? I know you were debating what time to leave.
I did. What a fun Uber ride it was to get there.
No.
Because traffic was really backed up. But yeah, it was okay. And the plane ride was fine. It was the 2.5 hours at 5:30 a.m. driving home from Philadelphia, which was the bad part.
There was only one celebrity on my plane, which usually makes me nervous.
Oh, really? Who was that? Can you mind saying who that was?
Oh, yeah, it was Elizabeth Olsen. But if there are two, I'm usually like, okay, this plane is safe.
Scarlet Witch was on your plane?
Yeah, which I texted my my fiance this, and she told me, yo, if that plane starts to go down, you go and you ask her how Infinity War ends.
That's awesome. Well, my plane ride home wasn't nearly as amazing as you guys.
When'd you fly home?
It was my flight was at 11 o'clock on Wednesday night. I left E3. Both Sam and I left on the Wednesday. I mean, you're there. Let's see. I was there since Sunday, so I already had 4 days essentially of E3, so that was enough for me. But I had gone to. I was invited to the ESA party.
It's pretty good.
Which was at $7,000. Yeah, you were there. Did you go there on Wednesday?
I did. I got there late because I had dinner with a friend.
Okay, I ended up getting there at 8 o'clock. My flight's at 11, and I looked at my watch at one point and saw it was 8:55, and I thought I should probably leave this bar, go get all the stuff from the hotel, grab an Uber, and then head to the airport at some time, shouldn't I? Mm-hmm. I left the bar at 8:55 to walk back to our hotel, which was around the corner at the gracious Westin Bonaventure.
Did you see the sign about the True Lies?
Yes, we saw that. Yep. And I made it to the airport by 9:15.
Nice.
So I made it there plenty of time. I went and got dinner and everything. It was great. But
what airline do you fly, Dali?
I made the mistake of taking Spirit this time.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Second worst airline in America.
Behind United.
Frontier, I'd say.
Oh shit, Frontier, yeah.
I'd take United on a goddamn nice taco date before I fucking hung out with Frontier.
On a chalupa date.
On a quote nice taco date.
Is there such a thing as a bad taco date? So those are our flights back. Thank you for our stories. We'll see you in the next
Also,
post.
Delta Airlines sucks. I just want to say that.
I like Delta. I actually like Delta.
I'm a JetBlue boy usually.
JetBlue is the best. JetBlue is the best. Yeah.
I got to fly Alaska, and I got to see the fun Virgin Airlines song that everybody talks about.
Because tonight we're ready to fly.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I don't fly
up in the sky.
Yeah.
What, they sing it on an airplane?
No, yeah, the whole like safety thing.
Yeah, it's a video.
And they do it as you're taking off. So like the plane starts to back away, and they're like singing over the PA.
Yeah, the robot rap is really where I groaned, but other than
that,
no,
you don't like the kid with the deep voice.
I'm okay with that.
I haven't flown Alaska since they ate Virgin, so I didn't know that those were still alive.
I tell you, I am upset with they have those remotes in the what do they call those? The armrests?
Yeah, armrest.
And they come out, and like if you flip it around, it has a full keyboard and like a Super Nintendo controller like set up on it. And I was like, nice, I'm gonna play like some like Super Mario Brothers for like $15 an hour. What's
they used
up?
to have like Doom.
Yeah, and they don't have any games on there anymore. Not even like Sudoku. Yeah.
Oh, you know what's wonderful? So Sam doesn't fly very much and doesn't realize that technology is about 20 years old. I'd say somewhere around there with the controller and the armrest that pops out. But they actually used to have Super Mario World on those things, or like some version of Mario World that was really bad that you could hardly play because the controllers aren't actual like good Super Nintendo controllers. They're real shitty ones.
I will say it's pretty heinous that you can just text message anybody on the plane at any given time while you're flying.
I used to like sext my buddy when we were on the plane. Like, I know.
And you found out I was the wrong person?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Nice. Well, it tells the person exactly.
I left my dildo on your seat.
It tells you what seat.
Yeah.
So like, I hit up the wrong seat and I was like, "Yo, ASL." And this person turned around and looked at me. I'm like, "Oh,
oops."
on my flight to LA, I checked the group chat because I just wanted to see if anybody typed in there, and somebody just wrote "sup," and I was like, "Man, I wish I could track you down and be like nothing."
That's brilliant.
And that's it for plane talk. Next week.
How about that food, huh?
Yo, Delta gave me like a full meal.
Sam has gone full Jerry Seinfeld.
Yo, real talk though. Like dead ass, no joke. Have any of you flown cross country on JetBlue?
Not cross country. I've gone from like Florida to Boston. That's about it.
So from like New York to San Francisco, New York to Seattle, Boston to Seattle, they have like those are the only ones, their first class, and their whole food thing is we'll do one run for food and drink. And then if you want anything else, just get up and go to the middle of the plane. It's all right there for you to
really
just come up and take whatever you want. You want like 8 things of chips, like 3 drinks, go right ahead.
Awesome.
I do love the idea that you can just hit a button on your TV and they'll deliver you a free Sprite, as opposed to sitting there waiting for somebody to walk by so you can go, ma'am, 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 and no one pays attention.
They will not do that. I don't think they do that on JetBlue. I think you have to get up and do it yourself.
Okay.
I think you've just named this episode to ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. Oh shit!
Anyway, video games. Am I right?
Video games, plane simulator. Dude, there's an awesome simulator game, like shitty plane ride simulator. The person next to you is like farting and stinky, and you're trying to get the attention of the flight attendant. And you're like, ma'am, 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 because the button's broken. Oh, dude, I'm writing this down. This is gonna be a game. It'll be the next game after. Oh shit! It's the cops. Oh, video games. E3, guys. E3. This was my 8th or 9th E3. Tom, this is what, your 4th, 3rd or 4th?
4th or 5th. I don't fucking remember anymore. Everything melds together.
And Sam's first.
First baby steps.
What a first year.
What a first year.
It was weird, right? I feel like there was a lot of cool stuff, but at the same time, like if you had a choice of coming like last year, this year, or next year, I feel like this year was like this year was the giant trailer for next year.
It was.
These thoughts are fresh in my mind because there's a second post E3 podcast I'm recording today. So 2 years ago to now, it's so fucking weird because like it feels way smaller despite there being bigger booths and all this stuff, because like Sony is basically set up to show 4 games, whereas it used to be a bunch of theaters and a bunch of like the kiosks for the games, and then it had like just a ton of fucking indie stuff that you could just walk up and play, and now it's just mostly line space with like 10 kiosks per game.
Yep, it was mostly Spider-Man.
Yeah, so
and Destiny and Call of Duty, which was everywhere.
So Sony's booth was bigger than it's ever been, but it had fewer games to play and fewer kiosks.
They also had a nicer stage at their booth than they did for their press conference. That's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I don't get it. Next year's gonna be weird.
Next year's gonna be new consoles. Insane, I think. Yeah, it's all new. Yeah. Are you guys confident, like I am, that we're gonna be seeing a bunch of new consoles next year?
Well, considering a bunch of those Sony trailers didn't even have year dates on them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ghost of Tsushima didn't have a fucking year date on it.
Didn't have a good looking battle system either, but that's
oh hell yeah! That's a button to wipe the fucking things. It's basically a Bushido Blade RPG.
That's exactly what I said. That was my preview. It's really cool. So Sam and I didn't get a chance to go to the actual PlayStation press conference. We went to the PlayStation Experience at the theater.
Oh, you went to one of the theaters?
And that was actually not bad because I had a fucking giant ass Slurpee, an icy that I was drinking, and we got like, free posters or something. But we got to sit there and we actually got to see like a bunch of announcements that nobody who went to the actual press conference saw.
So, Sam, you're a production guy.
Yeah,
I'm a production guy. That was horribly produced, right?
Oh my god, dude!
Someone lost their job, right?
You know what? I almost feel like somebody got promoted because Sony has been doing this for years now, and they keep coming back to the same people, I assume. Or they keep jumping to like, oh, well, this company wasn't that hot. Let's go ahead and move down to yet another low-tier company to save money. Man, we're talking about production microphones that are still kept on. No one knows anything about staging or blocking.
Someone hit the fucking button on the TriCaster to go back to the interstitial desk in the middle of the press conference, and there was just no one sitting there.
There's no one there. God, hot mics, microphones that don't work.
Oh god, those hot mics! The sigh that would happen after at the end of like every segment, you just hear.
Yeah, it's also like they not go through run-throughs because those transitions between like here's The Last of Us 2 and then here's to the desk, it looked like no one knew what was happening. Like all of a sudden the cameras came on and it's like, oh shit, this is when I start talking.
Oh shit, it's the cops.
This whole press conference seemed so ill-conceived and was so whack when you compared it to everything else that happened that week.
You know what's hysterical, though, is like I feel like from our standpoint, we think that's ridiculous, right? That Sony made like a huge mistake. But if you would have asked anybody that was in that like PlayStation Experience theater that we were like, they were like, that was fucking awesome. I got to see my best games out of my Sony platform. Some girls shared a friend kiss. Like we're ready to go.
Oh shit. Oh, that friend kiss.
Between Sony and Nintendo, like, man, those are some of the wackest fucking press conferences.
Things went so downhill so quickly.
Like, that Nintendo thing was literally just like patch notes for a half hour.
It was.
Also,
there are tens of thousands of patch notes.
So, for those who didn't see it, like the Nintendo press conference, they're like, "Oh, here are all the differences to Smash Brothers." They're like, the jump works this way; it's slightly different. We recorded different voice lines for different things, and they play the voice lines back and forth, back to back, and I could not fucking tell the difference for any of them.
I will say though, the Smash stuff for like core Smash fans, like that's pretty cool. That like not only is this not a port of the Switch version, it's like a much they're diving more into detail and bringing everybody.
I mean, it's
a port of all the versions.
Yeah. They literally took.
They put them in a blender.
It starts off as the Wii U version. They definitely based it on that, but they redid all the models and.
It's a fucking Criterion Collection Blu-ray of fucking Smash Brothers.
It is the Shadow of Colossus PS4 version of the PS3 version of the PS2 version.
Yeah. and I mean, all those like changes and stuff are rad. It's just that the rest of Nintendo's conference felt a little like meh, I guess. Unless you're a Smash fan.
There was nothing in it.
I will say,
excuse me. They announced that Hollow Knight was out right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Fortnite.
And I saw you playing that thing.
I put like 16 hours into that game. We'll talk about that later.
I will say, since coming home though, I've seen gameplay of that mech game that they showed at the start of that. That looks rad.
Like, dude, when I saw that, I got fully erect.
Yeah. And the fact that that's going to probably be online co-op also, rad as hell. And then I know that there's a lot of shit talk going around, but I'm super excited for a new Mario Party.
Me too.
Yeah, Super Mario
I can't
Party
wait to hate my friends and family all over again.
And now you can do it online, but it's not all of it, just the mini games. No board game fun for you online.
So that's what the 3DS versions have been doing with their online for the Mario Party. My daughter has a couple of them, but I will say one thing about the Sony press conference. I think the best way to cap it at the end was after everything happens, they show all the trailers, and they cut back to the desk. And like the first words out of the desk host was, "Wow, that was amazing." So what did you got? What was your favorite thing of the show? And he like talks to like the guy at the far end, and the dude his response was, "Wow, there was just so many things. Wow, there was just I love all my children equally." Yeah. So I can't think of one.
Actually, before we leave Sony, I just want to say that I shot called the whatever Remedy's new game is called.
Control.
That trailer came on, and I watched that gun breathing, and I went, "Is this Quantum Break?" And sure enough, Remedy.
Sam literally leans over to me, and he's like, ma'am, that's Quantum Break, ma'am.
Yeah. All it takes is for a gun to breathe, and I go, well, that's about the same level of fucked up Remedy is.
I got a really nice t-shirt from that.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Did you end up getting a chance to see it then?
Nah, a friend of mine went and they gave him 2 t-shirts.
Okay.
Do you want to work our way backwards from press conferences? We have
yeah, that's fine.
I guess Ubisoft would be the next one.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
No, Ubisoft.
Old joystick jokes.
I love that.
Oh my god, I haven't thought of that in a long time.
I just uncrossed my legs and I accidentally kicked my Cyberpunk statue across the room.
Oh, what a dick!
Now it's only worth $140 or $450. So I mean, in terms for me of Ubisoft, sounds like the Division 2 has been paying attention to the failures of Destiny and going, hey, let's do the complete opposite of them and we'll find success. And I think fans agree with that. They did like 2 days worth of presentations about it on the show floor. And everybody seems excited about that. Do you guys want to talk about how gross Beyond Good and Evil 2 looks like it's going to be?
Oh my god! So they just want to like crowdsource the development of that game, right?
Oh, did you hear their latest date projections? They're hoping to have a beta out by the end of 2019.
Yeah, well, I've been saying since that first footage came out that it's a fucking PS5 game.
Yeah.
So I don't totally in.
They're not even going to bother split genning that game. I'm pretty sure. Like everything we've seen has to be on a PC, and it's just going to be a PC game until they know the specs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering that there was like a report about like the GPU specs for like PS5, and now like we have like code names for like Xbox 2. Like these things are coming up soon. Also, kind of weird that the reporter, like, not to throw shade, but it's kind of like uncomfortable for me that the reporter who broke the story on the GPUs, like the AMD GPUs and all the specs for it, is a former AMD employee. So that's kind of weird to me. But it's kind of interesting.
Yep.
I look forward to seeing what these new boxes can do. I think we'll probably see an announcement in like February.
That might be a little bit too early. I definitely
it's a 2020 release. That's how it works at all those other times. They do a February reveal. They show more at E3, and it comes out the following December.
Yeah, so this is 2019. So next year is 2019.
Yeah, so if it comes out, if they do the reveal like they did for PS5 and Xbox One in like March, February, then they show more. They do their first thing where they talk about the power and the final year. And then 2020, the release happens. The timeline adds up.
They actually show the box in 2020?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. I think definitely. I think 2020, we're going to have 2 new systems. I actually think I wouldn't be surprised if the PS5 is next year. To be honest, it could be November. And the only reason I think that is happening is my daughter's peeking at me through the door. What's up, honey? The only thing I think Xbox, and we'll get to Microsoft here in a second, they flat out came out and said, "Oh, we got a new Xbox coming." I think only because they were probably tipped off that Sony's going to be releasing their next PlayStation within a year, or announcing within a year. I'm guessing, but got all signs point to that. Other Ubisoft, Starlink, Star Fox.
Yeah.
I played a demo of that and it was so boring.
Dude, I loved it. It played like an open world Star Fox.
No Man's Skylanders.
No Man's Skylanders. I heard somebody call it that too.
Yep. I was, first of all, it has Star Fox in it, so I'll see you on October 15th or whenever it comes out.
Oh, so you ordered two of them. Right? Sam, you ordered it twice.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Because there's an issue there, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
So yeah, that's cool. I didn't get a chance to play it, but the fact that Nintendo is okay with you like messing with the R-Wing and like adding shit to it or taking shit away from it, I think is very cool of Nintendo to do. Because they could have very easily have been like, no, Star Fox is in the game, but you can't do any of this nonsense that you want to do with him. But you can play the full game as Star Fox and his ship, and you can play it like a brand new Star Fox game if that's what you want, and I think that's cool. As in terms of me ordering the game twice, yes, that did happen. But only because in their press conference, they made it sound like the only way to get the Star Fox one was to order it from their website. So I ordered it from their website.
Don't they take immediately?
And then, okay, hold on. We're getting there. I ordered it from their website, and then Amazon had the listing of the starter kit. So I went, oh, I like Amazon services better. Amazon Prime, yada, yada. It'll be here on release date. I'm going to order it on Amazon. So I went through the process of trying to cancel an order with the Ubisoft online store this past, let's say, 5 to 6 days. So first of all, there is no way to cancel an order on their website. You must contact customer support to get your order canceled.
Via email or phone?
Email. I don't think there's a phone number. If there is, I would have been on the phone for many hours at this point. So I sent them the cancel email, and they're like, cool, we'll get back to you in 48 hours. That was, what day did I leave? Wednesday? So that was Thursday morning I tried to get in contact with them. No solution as of Monday through their email thing.
Oh,
so it says on their website for pre-orders, they only charge when something ships. Not true. I was charged the full amount. And I wish somebody would have mentioned that because I was almost about $4 short on my Uber ride to the airport. Those assholes. So I contact customer support and I send them this email, and they're like, cool, we'll be with you in 48 hours. And here's the kicker, if you don't update a thing 48 hours after that 48 hours, they go, oh, their problem must be resolved. We'll cancel the support ticket.
Oh, they need to start a new one, and then
you didn't contact me at all to deal with it. So finally, I tried to do their live chat on Monday to like talk to them. They must know that their store's broke because there is no way to do a live chat if you have a support issue with their store. So I ended up lying and being like, okay, because they make you fill out a little form of like, what's your problem? So I filled out a form that was like I was like, I have a problem with For Honor. What's the problem? I ordered something from the store that won't let me refund it. So finally, I got a hold of somebody in live chat, and I went, listen, before we do, she's like, how can I help you today? And I'm like, listen, before you even review the things I wrote, none of that is my issue. It's my actual issue with my actual support ticket. Please help me take care of this. And the lady goes, so I just want to confirm with you that like you want this order canceled and you want a refund. And I've told her this like 4 times. And like that's what the instructions say in the original ticket. And I was like, yes. And she goes, okay, well, I've forwarded this to the e-commerce team and they will get back to you in 48 hours. It has been over 24 and I have not heard back from the e-commerce team. However, the ticket now says escalated. So, Ubisoft, this is my plea to you. Please refund me that money. I am still ordering your game. I just don't want it from your store.
Come on, Mr. Ubi. Come on, Eves.
Mr. Ubisoft, please help me.
So now I have to ask you guys, what questionable pre-orders have you guys made over the last week and a half?
Oh, dude. The Let's Go Eevee with the Pokeball.
Okay, I did that.
Yeah. You guys made me switch to Eevee because you were smart because fuck Pikachu.
I actually had to switch to Pikachu because I
I
got on that sweet Wario deal where the price of the game and the Pokeball is cheaper than the price of the game. So I was like, cool, I guess Pikachu's going to be the one following me.
I went with that because you can't evolve the Eevee anyway.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
You probably can't evolve the Pikachu either. What is
nope.
He'll
why
do
would
like
you want to?
Yeah, I was going to say he'll do like he does in the anime where it's like evolving the Raichu and he just swats it away with his tail, even though that should technically work because he touches the stone.
What else did you order, Dali?
I'm looking through all my my things. I'm definitely Starlink.
I ordered the $250 Square Enix store exclusive Kingdom Hearts 3 special edition.
Yeah, you did. Nice.
My dude.
It comes with like 3 action figures.
You have health insurance to pay for. Tom, you have a wedding to pay for, man.
No, I have no health insurance anymore.
Oh, good.
You're going to lose like 3 teeth by the time that comes out.
Hey, guess what? I had a root canal the night before fucking E3.
But you can use Sora's sword in place of those teeth and slice away.
Yeah.
I ordered the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition.
I did that one too.
Because as you can tell from the shelf behind me, I have a problem with helmets. Oh god, there's so much dumb shit.
I'm looking right now. I went Best Buy crazy, to be honest, just because I get that gamer discount.
Best Buy got fucking Daddy Warbucks over here.
Mm-hmm.
Got the fucking Best Buy. We take the money immediately, but then give it back to you a couple days later.
Yep.
Just to make sure you have it.
Yeah.
I would have loved that, Ubisoft. You also ordered Starlink, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I ordered Starlink. I ordered Starlink. I ordered Spider-Man.
I ordered Spider-Man.
Whatever version of Spider-Man that was. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm loading up my order history. Yeah, Pokemon. Let's go Eevee. So now, shit, I'm stuck with that one.
Is there a version of Call of Duty that comes with night vision goggles?
Maybe. All the amiibos that were announced and available. Cyberpunk 2077, Marvel Spider-Man, Smash Ultimate. I even ordered Metroid Prime 4 for some reason.
Oh, that game they showed off at E3.
Yeah. Last year, right? Those are my major orders. I just kind of stuck to Best Buy because I get those sweet points.
The Kingdom Hearts one is the one.
The Kingdom Hearts one as well.
That
yeah.
fucking did me in. And guess what? When the sale goes up, I'm gonna buy that Kingdom Hearts PS4 Pro. So.
What about you, Sam? What questionable things did you pre-order?
So Starlink twice, the Pikachu and Pokeball thing, and then also one of the GameCube Smash controllers.
Oh, I ordered that.
Oh, yeah.
One of the hubs because you need the USB hub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still have one from the Wii U version.
I don't.
And I also have like another one that came from that Brook company. That kind of looks like a mini GameCube. I thought I had it near me. And I was going to try to show it on camera, which neither of those things are available for me to do. So.
Oh, shit.
Right,
so anything else, Ubisoft? PC gaming show. We'll pass on that one.
You want to talk about... Hold on, wait. Can we talk about Devolver Digital selling plastic coins to children for $150 a pop?
This is hilarious. So we bumped into the one, the only Agent Tinsley, in line at to get into. Was it Tuesday to get in? I think
so. Yeah. And
she was telling us how they had already topped back out at like 150, I think, and sold out. So they were. Did she say they were going to release more, or I don't even remember what the story was.
Yeah, I think they were reprinting more because people were dumb enough to pay $150 for them. They wanted to keep the train rolling, and also, like, I guess all of the the real Bitcoin publications, which that was news to me that they exist.
Oh yeah, they're Bitcoin conventions.
Yeah, they apparently like all got huffy about like, oh, they're making fun of us, and they were like, yes, we are, and you seem to hate it, so we're gonna keep going.
All right, so I am so like over and tired and exhausted with Devolver's whole thing. Like their whole like,
their cinematic universe.
Their whole thing, like their whole attitude, their whole like their whole, I don't know, thing is the best word, but this is really fucking funny. Like I fucking was all about this.
I think they may have even blacklisted us, to be honest. Square Enix, there was not that was the stinker of the entire press conference.
I was eating a breakfast sandwich up at Egg Slut when that whole thing happened.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
That's an actual place too.
It's so good.
Mark, go ahead. What else?
All right. What else is there? Bethesda, yeah. They showed a flyover of a pre-rendered Elder Scrolls thing, which doesn't really exist yet, but it's going to be like 5 years away.
Well, they even said they don't have anything playable. It's like not even really in.
They're figuring out the engine, apparently.
Yeah, they're
like not like working on the engine. They're figuring out what features they want the engine to have. Whereas apparently Starfield is
playable.
It's in a playable state internally. Yeah,
I could see that popping out in the next couple of years for sure.
I guess that being like launch year for new consoles.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely not this gen because he straight up said it's not. But I could see it being like year one of next gen.
Yeah, I mean next year is Doom Eternal, anyways, which they showed,
and Youngbloods,
and Wolfenstein VR and Prey VR. They showed those things.
And DLC, which is out already, right?
Yeah. Nobody had Moonshot or something like that. No one's talked about it.
It's because Prey sucks.
Oh, fighting.
It's a bad video game.
I'm
give me the real Prey 2.
That was actually I thought that was a good press conference. Tom's faces were the best part of the press conference.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was right in the camera's blast zone for that thing.
You don't think Andrew WK's one song performance was solid though?
Yo, how buck wild is it that they brought him for one song?
I think the best part was Sam and I are watching and they're like, and now, ladies and gentlemen, Rage 2. Andrew WK comes out and performs the song.
And
then they keep cutting back to the audience, which I imagine was just people stone face.
Yes.
Yeah, being like, I thought we were watching Rage 2. I will say, past that press conference, I have learned that he is voicing a like mutant or something in the game. So there's more of a reason for him to have been there, just other than like, let's play one song. I also accidentally met Andrew WK on the show floor.
Oh, really?
Because they were shooting promotional photos at the Ubisoft booth. And I was like looking at my phone and I bumped into somebody. And I go, oh, sorry. And I look up and it's Andrew WK. And I'm just like, hey, Andrew WK. And he's like, hey, guy, I don't know. And that was it. And I walked away. He's a lot shorter in person than you would think. But he does look like he could punch a hole straight through you. So I wouldn't mess with him.
That's fantastic. Meanwhile, I kept asking Sam, which Spider-Man is that about Elijah Wood?
Yeah, that Ubisoft press conference was quite the series of like, which Spider-Man was he in? That's Frodo. Okay. Which Spider-Man was he in? That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was in a Batman movie once.
Yeah, my line of questioning. And I think I ended it with, I don't know, all these white dudes look the same to me.
And then what else they have? They had Fallout 76, which I pre-ordered a $200 special edition of, and I have no interest in playing.
That's probably the first Fallout game I'll actually play.
See, it's probably the first Fallout game I won't play.
I liked it. I looked interesting. I didn't play it or anything, but I could dig it. I'll give it a shot.
I think it's really like crazy that their whole like the whole basis of Fallout is like a cautionary tale about how bad nukes are, and then they're like, and look how fucking cool it is. You can get a nuke, and then you get better loot when you blow someone up.
Nuke Loot. I like Nuke Loot.
Yeah.
And then Rage 2. And that was it for Bethesda. And then we went to the one before that was
Microsoft.
And the should we start with Cyberpunk 20?
No, we end with Cyberpunk. You don't start the show with a showstopper, Dalibor.
Yeah, you don't do that. You start with an actual game, Gears of War Pop.
Yeah, 3 Gears of War games, huh? We got that Funko Pop game. Because
I think they're done. It seems like we've ran Lego into the ground. So what other things can no more Minecraft. So
it's because Lego won't work with M-rated properties.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they haven't been.
Yo, but Funko don't give a shit.
Yeah, Funko don't give a
shit.
What's that?
Discord. They made a dead Yamcha figure.
What's that? You had a thing? Let's make 50 toys out of it, and then they will just line the walls of FIEs. They slowly close.
They had a fucking Funko booth on the show floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and the line was around it the whole time.
And we know it wasn't industry or journalism or anybody that was there. It was Gamer Pass.
Yeah. It's nuts. Like Funko, if your mom really loved a certain ABC program in 1995, there's probably at least 10 Funkos out there.
They have a whole Golden Girls series.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
They have a Dr. Ian Malcolm with his shirt off that's actually kind of good.
Do you guys own any Funkos?
I have a custom Hamilton one that my fiance made me. Do I have any up here? Oh, and I have a BoJack Horseman one right there.
That's a pretty good one.
I have 2 from Game of Thrones, and one, I think it was a Joker one that came with Loot Crate. Remember Loot Crate, guys? Remember Loot Crate? And then I think those are the only ones that I have.
When are they going to partner with Nintendo so I can get a Waluigi one?
Oh, God.
I only have one, and it's the Diva mech.
Oh, I have one that, I forgot there's one down by my bookshelf holding games up, and it is the mech from Titanfall 2 that I was given as a gift. I like one.
I got the Bob Ross one as well.
That's pretty cool.
Funko, it sounded like we just talked shit on you there for like 10 minutes, but let me tell you, like, if you ever want to make side questing Funko,
dude, we're all in.
Let me know, and I'll come in and get scanned or whatever you have to do to make those suckers with the huge eyes.
I do have Funko toys that aren't pops. So, like, the Cuphead ones aren't pop figures. The ones that actually look like the Cuphead guys, and there's, like, the nice devil one and all that shit.
This is news to me. I thought if you walked into that factory, everything had to have a big head and little tiny big eyeballs.
Cool.
Oh, my voicemail's going off. What an interesting 5 seconds worth of radio theater right there.
Yeah,
the theater of the modern.
Like these really beautiful fucking Cuphead guys.
That actually does look good.
That actually look like the guys and just not like big dumb idiots with black hole doll's eyes.
Speaking of Cuphead, we got the DLC.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be. They're gonna fuck that chalice.
Yeah, they're gonna tag team that chalice. You got the Shakira game. What was it called? Sekiro.
Oh, Sekiro. Yeah.
Dude, wait a minute. Hold on. A Shakira game where she's a samurai. Dark Souls. That would be awesome.
That's not an action RPG. That game is not an action RPG. There's no like Souls mechanic.
Really?
Yep, it's just a straight up action game apparently.
So that's the Activision's version of Ghost of Tsushima.
Nah, man, it's fucking what is it? From being like we've made the same games 5 times in 8 years.
Please let us make something different.
God.
Let's see what else out of Microsoft.
They had Session, which is like basically.
I thought it was Skate, and I fucking was about to die.
So did Sam. So did I.
Yeah, I completely forgot that Session game was like kickstarted and has been like in the vernacular for a while, but it looks like Microsoft is picking it up and being like, "Hey, everybody keeps yammering about this Skate game. We might as well throw it on our."
Oh, that's that Kickstarted game. I remember that now.
You're right. I had forgotten that it was called Session. So like when I started doing research for the article, I was like, "Oh, I've seen this game. Like this has definitely been around." It was probably the world exclusive or whatever tag that confused us.
What else? Gears 5. That was a thing.
Oh, the more important one, Gears Tactics.
Yes,
That game actually looks fucking ill.
It does look cool, but I guarantee you that is not the Gears of War game that Gears of War fans are looking for.
Nor do Gears of War fans want a game where you play as a woman, I bet, and I'm very happy about that.
Yes, day one purchase for me.
Plays as a woman who may also be a locust, maybe like.
And may engage in friendship kisses. The battle toads are coming back.
That's just them being like out of stuff, right? And they're like, fuck it, we'll make a Battletoads game.
We don't have any more first party IPs that people care about.
They showed that Kingdom Hearts trailer that was missing all the Foley.
Yeah, that's right.
That was just sounded like
Frozen.
It just sounded like people moaning for fucking 3 minutes.
That was live in the theater.
Yeah.
Moaning.
Yeah. Forza Horizon 4 looks cool.
Actually, it does look pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, I played a little bit of like Forza Horizon 3 when I got back, and I was like, I could see how like changing weather effects and stuff like that would make this game cool.
They dropped a whole bunch of fucking leaves on us.
Yeah,
when those leaves dropped, I was like, oh shit, I can't wait for winter. Just a pound of snow is gonna come down on everybody's heads.
Dudes are gonna come up and throw snowballs at people in the audience.
I just imagine there was like a tarp up there which is ready to rip, full of just heavy ass snow and falling on people.
And Phil Spencer's in the back going, no, stop it. ma'am, no more. You also had Microsoft buying studios they already basically owned.
And Ninja Blade, which is not Ninja Blade, Ninja Theory.
Yeah, and Ninja Theory. Here are all the studios we already owned and Ninja Theory.
If Microsoft bought the rights to Ninja Blade and made a new Ninja Blade from software, that would be the raddest thing ever. I would love that announcement. That game is so good.
I could totally dig that too. We did actually forget to mention Death Stranding.
Did we?
Or
did we just not? Was there nothing there for us to talk about?
There was nothing there for us. It actually looked okay.
He's walking around with a mummy.
Yeah. Then Forza Horizon Session. Square Enix had The Quiet Man and Babylon's Fallen, their things, and blah 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 blah. Oh yes, we did forget to mention Skyrim very special edition.
That was a pretty good goof. I'm glad they did that, so now I don't have to hear anyone make the joke about Skyrim being ported to anything else.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Devil May Cry 5. There we go.
Oh, with the girl with the worst accent imaginable.
Yep.
That girl looks like a cigarette.
What? Okay.
Like if a cigarette was a person.
They did. Well, I just can't move on from that. They did announce a new Halo Infinite, I believe is what it's called.
Yeah.
Infinity? Is it Infinity or is it Infinite?
Infinite.
Okay. Yeah, no gameplay or anything like that. That's probably the big one next year.
100 Master Chiefs.
No, it's cross-gen.
Drop onto a Halo.
Yeah, 100 Master Chiefs. 99 Master Chiefs and that one guy who chooses to play Covenant. Even though the hitbox is bigger, he just really loves the elites.
The one guy is just really into the Arbiter.
Give us the Arbiter game you promised.
And then Cyberpunk 2077.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
The raddest demo I think I've ever seen of a game ever.
We saw that live demo. You saw that too, Tom. Holy fucking shit. And the awesome thing that happened during ours is that they had a hiccup with the PC. So the guy leaves the controller like on the seat and goes to check on the PC. And like there's like little animations happening in the background. And our demo
how far into the demo did he have the hiccup?
It was a car. Was it when
the car?
Yeah.
Okay, we had a demo hiccup, but it was right at the beginning.
Oh no, ours was at going to the
they were going to the like meeting with whatever the government agent was, and like he got about halfway there. And I actually think what happened is the controller got disconnected because he got up and he like plugged it back in, and like when he plugged it back in, he was able to control. But somebody in the demo was like, "Why are we stopped here?" or whatever. and our guy was like, "We're getting to it. Like, calm down."
It was awesome, but at least it proved that it was a playable game in front of us.
Was there a very funny bullet time slowdown for you guys?
I'm trying to remember. A very funny bullet time slowdown.
Because I'm not sure if it was like canned to that point or if it was unique to our demo because the dude seemed to not be expecting it. But there's a scene where like you get the shotgun, they're running through a thing, and you like pop like an enhancement drug, and so, like they slide in, they use the charge shot, and they blow out a dude's fucking knees.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Yeah, no, that was part of it. Yeah,
and the whole fucking thing as it slows down, the dude's VO just goes, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that was pretty badass. I even have that. I was taking notes, which you can't see on my iPhone, and I have the Jesus Christ slowdown, which was great.
It's so good.
That is so good.
Every step of that demo had like there was stuff of it that's like, okay, well that's in other games, like that's pretty normal, and then like you just show like how they augment it or whatever to make it like feel unique in this game, and every single one of those moments just feels like so rad. Like the idea that there's guns that can follow people with like tracer bullets, like that's been in games before, but like the way they like revealed that to us was like, okay, this gun's like bullets are so strong that they reflect off walls, and he like shows you like the aiming and like bouncing them around the corner, which is cool. And he's like, well, and then this gun, like you just tag who you want, and you can shoot wherever. And he just like lifts the gun into the air and starts shooting, and you see it like go after the guy, and like that's nuts. And what was it? He picked up a gun or something in our demo, and he was like paging through guns, and he accidentally got to those mantis blades
arms,
and then he was like, "It's like, whoops, we're getting to that in a second, but we gotta show you this thing first." And everybody's like, "No, go back to those mantis blades."
And then he chops a man's fucking head off. With
that. But then you find out that those blades like add a whole other verticality to the game because now you can climb walls.
Yeah, you can climb walls and like. You know, there's been melee weapons in like shooters before too, but again, like he's just like, okay, well, yeah, you can use them as like little deadly sickles, but also watch as I'm like stalking my prey from up here, just hanging out, ready to go.
And then he hacks the net of those dudes, and it's like, oh yeah, so now all their guns jam.
Yeah, that was badass. Yeah, like, oh, looks like he can't shoot.
Which again is like something that you've seen in like Watch Dogs before, but like it felt like so much more natural and like something that you would seek out the opportunity to do in this game than like Watch Dogs ever felt like doing that type of stuff. Like and crazy stuff just like with the like cover and stuff falling away. And the idea that like, you know, there's been games before where you can shoot out cover, but like this one kind of took it to the extent of like Rainbow Six Siege, where you could shoot out like a piece of the wall and then just keep blasting into that wall in hopes that you were gonna like murder the person on the other side.
There's one part where V is shooting through like the slats in a window that isn't pulled all the way up. So she's shooting through the slats, and then finally when she kind of nails the dude in the back of the neck or something, pulls the rest of the window all the way up and continues to unload on him, which I thought was actually kind of a funny little detail there. There was so much in this game. The colors were fantastic. The art direction was, I mean, it's Blade Runner, right? It was that Prey game that we all wanted, Prey 2. Remember way back when, like 2010 or something like that at E3. But it was fucking awesome. Both Sam and I left that thing going, oh shit, yeah, this is a good way to close out this generation.
Like even down to like character customization and stuff like that. Like the idea that like you can spec into coolness and like the fashion of your armor and stuff like that can get you into places, or like or people are like, okay, well, you seem rad enough to come in here, so like you're more than welcome to come in here and talk to the boss or something like that. Like there's just so much you can, you know, the game is completely playable, male or female. I will say the one thing that kind of like turned me off about the game, it's been heavily reported about how like, you know, one night stands and like sexual content, they're not shying away from sexual content. But in the demo, there was somebody who was like unconscious and stuff like that, and they were female and naked. And I have no problem with that. The only problem I do have is when you were picking them up and carrying them, the camera like was basically angled so their nipple was like right mid frame like the entire time. I'm like, okay, like I know why we're carrying that person that way for this demo, but like no sane person who also wants to shoot a gun at the same time carry somebody with like two hands and so they can keep an eye on that nipple while they're walking.
That's gonna be an awkward scene when you're playing that, Sam, and then mom walks into the room and it's like, Samuel.
It's better than the big dicks that were on the screen a minute ago. But that's my only thing. And it's, again, I have no problem with them being like, sexual content and the idea that like it's the dystopian future and everything sucks and sex is like one of the like only ways of like having fun. Like I get that and I think that's cool. Like, and I'm glad they're willing to do that. I know that this game isn't going to be sold in any Walmart nationwide, but I think they're cool with that too.
The black market Walmart. I as much as that was, kind of a little bit of an awkward moment, I have a hard time pinning anything on developers when that pops up because it's something that they could correct by just shifting the camera angle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like
to the left a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it was more like as blatant as it was in our demo to be like, listen, we don't care about like nudity, like, and if you do, don't play our game. Like, we're completely fine with full frontal, so deal with it.
Yeah, that's it. The Witcher is the first video game I remember seeing full bush in. So
yeah. not George W. either. No. Good. So yeah, Cyberpunk. That was fucking amazing.
I want to crush that game into a fine powder and then shoot it into my fucking veins.
I'm just gonna snort it. And then we had EA and we hope you like
Yarny 2.
Yarny 2 was the star of that show.
And Vince Zampella being the most awkward dad ever on stage.
Oh man, I felt sorry for Andrea Renee because she had to deal with that stuff.
It sounds like a good time. No, it's not a good time. It's a very dark time. Oh, okay then.
I didn't even get to see like EA stuff. I saw like the first 5 minutes, but I haven't even seen footage of Anthem that they showed yet. Yeah, like I haven't like bothered. I've just been so kind of disinterested in everything EA has been like producing.
I think having their press conference and their EA Play thing start so far in advance is actually a detriment to them because a lot of people still haven't landed at E3. A lot of people aren't ready for it. What's that?
I was on a plane.
Yeah, I was still here in Michigan, right? So I think it would be better for them to move that back to like a Sunday, even though they're making a big deal about this whole EA Play thing, but it might be better for them to move it back to Sunday at least.
I also just thought about this. Can we also talk about how they were like, we're going to show at EA's event. I ended right after they did the Battlefield stuff. And they were like, oh, we've got more to show on Battlefield single player at who was it, Microsoft's conference? And the amount of stuff they showed on Microsoft's conference was maybe shorter than what they showed about the same thing at EA's conference. Mm-hmm. That made zero sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's a teaser for a thing that never actually happened.
Then they brought a fucking 128 person press team in to play 2 hours of nothing they showed at that fucking demo.
Jeez.
Oh, shit.
It was like that Grand Operations thing they just briefly mentioned.
Battlefield and Anthem and Unruly 2. Yarny 2.
I will say,
is Yarny fucking that game?
Is he? They become one Yarny, right?
They're docked kind of do. I will say that my friends who are sports games fans are pissed off that they didn't learn anything about NHL 2019. In fact, they were showing NHL 2018 at the EA Play event. So apparently we might not even be getting a hockey game this year.
Because the Capitals won and they don't know what the fuck to do now.
We have to make Ovechkin a good player in the game. I just don't understand. Also that they didn't. Oh, they once again have not shown any good golf game off. Still not getting a good Tiger Woods or PGA Tour game. And Mario.
Well, I'll let you know. Tiger Woods isn't getting a good Tiger Woods because he hasn't. Just a quick update on the NHL game. They're actually saving it for tomorrow, the 20th, which is the NHL awards. So sounds like that's when they're doing their big NHL.
Are they really doing that?
I think they usually are. Yeah, that's when they usually show the cover athlete.
That's what it is. Cover athlete, features, and first look trailer.
I did not know that. That's how out of the loop of sports and sports video games I am. Yeah, but everybody's upset that there's not a real good golf game coming. Mario's playing tennis this year. That's his summer sport. So maybe next summer he'll get on the links, but yeah, no golf. Where's the golf, EA?
Yeah, all I'm seeing is yeah, I'm on their PGA Tour website, and there's nothing about any new PGA Tour game.
Give us PGA 4. Skate 4 and PGA 4, where you skateboard to each shot that you have to make.
Skate 4
and golf cart, and they put sick handrails and vert ramps and stuff. Tony Hawk Ride to Your Golf Ball. That's the official name.
I'd play that.
And that was the press conferences. Real quickly, let's talk about some of our favorite games of the show. I'll go through our list here real quick, and then we can talk about maybe anything else. So our list, Spider-Man. I got a chance to play that. That was pretty fun. I like the traversal stuff. Did either of you guys play that?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you think?
I feel like the swinging needs to feel like it has more weight.
Yeah, I liked it. I think there were some interesting things they did with how you're attaching to the buildings, and you can really only go as high up as the building is. So it's not like you can't shoot into the sky and hope to catch onto a cloud swing around. So, but the battles, the actual combat was, I mentioned it to Sam, it felt a little bit like some canned animations, because I would find myself clicking, getting into a combo, and my Spider-Man would go through the motions of the attack that he was doing, but he would completely whiff and just, continue that. So that was interesting, though. I did like it. I'm really looking forward to that. Smash Bros. I played that bright and early on Tuesday. And like I said, it feels like the Wii U game with all the best of, it's the greatest hits. It's Smash Brothers greatest hits. I'm okay with that. We talked about Cyberpunk, talked about Battlefield, Starlink we talked about. I played that. Rage 2. Sam, you played that a little bit, right?
I did. Basically, the demo that they showed dropping that like orbital thing, that's pretty much what they had playable. Just a little it's basically like an extended combat scenario to give you like a feel of like how guns and the powers are going to work together. No vehicular stuff, even though that seems to be a pretty big focus. They showed us like a little demo video before we played the game. And in that, they mentioned a lot about vehicles and how basically hey, that dude has like a cool gun. I should just rip that gun off and take it for my own. Like that sort of stuff. The combat, I mean, just the base level combat feels a lot like Doom or Wolfenstein. Like if you've played either of those two games recently, you're probably going to know how combat works there. But they did have like some cool powers and being able to use those like in chain with each other. So there was this one where you basically jump up in the air and like slam down, and it launches people away from you to varying levels of killing them or not. The higher you drop from, the stronger it is. So it was really fun to like drop down on people, launch them into the sky, and then use your shotgun to like skeet shoot them out of the air. So they're already flying 10 feet away from you, and you skeet shoot them, and then like limbs and them just kind of go flying. That's fun. And they've got like basically like a rampage thing where you build up enough meter from doing sick kills in a line to just get super strong and be able to use your powers more and just without. I think you still have to reload, but basically your damage goes up through the roof. So that's fun. Didn't really get to mess around in an open world or anything like that. But basically, if you like Doom or Wolfenstein from this generation, and you think making that open world with vehicles would be fun, you're probably going to have fun with Rage 2. Also, the Glaive is back, and it is just as sick as it was in the first game. So I'm on board. Glaive 2.
Glaive 2.
Glaive 2. What about Just Cause 4?
Yeah, that game looks sick.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I watched a demo where a tornado rolled through and just started ripping everything up, and was like, "Oh, now I'm picking up planes," and all those things are physicalized in the environment. It's not like canned animations, so you can like knock objects out of it or like go into it and then attach.
So you can wait. You can go into a fucking tornado. What?
Your parachute, and then you could get all up on a bus, and then attach a bunch of balloons to the bus. and then attach a bunch of rockets to the bus, and then ride the bus like a flying skateboard out of the tornado.
Dope. I like this. All of a sudden, my interest is highly piqued.
Yeah, it's really cool. They added a bunch of stuff like that. So they added so you can just keep putting on more and more like jet boosters, and they added this like balloon things. You could lift things, then pop them in the air. You can get mobility off those. You can use them for like what's the word? Traversal. It's really cool.
And then finally, Ascreed. So I played that. I liked it. Definitely felt more RPG-ish than previous ones. Yeah. I did a lot of like my short demo. I just went on the show floor and played around there. But the demo I played really had you do a lot of conversational stuff, which I don't know if it was intentional or not, but as with any like action RPG, I find myself talking to NPCs as much as possible. So that sucked down the majority of my time with just talking to villagers. But yeah, I'm really interested in that game because it's going to actually feel like it changes up Assassin's Creed enough. So I'm going through our list. Those are our best of E3. Just Cause 4, Smash Brothers 5, Battlefield 5, Rage 2, Assassin's Creed 13. Those are like 5 already. They're sequels right there. Spider-Man is a new game in a completely established IP. And then you have Starlink and Cyberpunk. So really, it's like 6 games that are essentially sequels of some sort. So just something to note, something interesting. Anything else you guys saw on the show floor?
I played the Fist of the North Star game.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
It fucking rules.
That game takes everything that I enjoyed from the Yakuza games, and then just takes it like over the top.
Yeah. I punched a man and he fucking exploded.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know enough about Fist of the North Star, but like there's a lot of finishing moves in that game that makes people's heads blow up. And I don't know if that's canonical or if it happens.
Oh, that's canonical.
Okay. Because like that, I was sitting in line. I played some like Valkyria Chronicles and the Persona 5 dancing game. And while we were in line, there was just a kiosk that was facing the line. So people in line were just playing that kiosk while we waited to get into the Sega Atlas area.
Yeah, no one was playing that game, so I just walked right up to it when everyone else was lined up for other stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. There was racing in that game too. There was I
don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge Yakuza fan, as noted on these podcasts, but yeah, it certainly looked interesting.
I played a fighting game. I played Jump Force, which I don't know. It felt like all these anime characters were like too detailed. There was like too much texture and muscles and sweat on these guys, which made it like slightly more realistic and slightly more unnerving, especially when you see like a gray dude with a tail attacking a Goku.
His name is Frieza.
Okay, Frieza.
There's Frieza.
Attacking a Goku.
There were 6 playable characters. There was Frieza, Goku, Naruto, Sasuke, and then 2 One Piece characters.
One Piece,
gives a shit about.
But they were too detailed for me. It was kind of weird. But there's
like 1,000 episodes of One Piece.
Yeah, there
like
are
a literal 1,000.
There's like 1,000 games that nobody in the US, unless I don't know if they played or not, but it played like every other. It didn't feel anything special. I mean, I definitely like Dragon Ball Fighter Z a lot more as a fighting game than this, but I mean, it's a show floor demo, so we'll see.
It looked a lot like Pokken, but with those anime characters as opposed to
you're right. Yeah,
well, it's a well-established franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been making these games for like
Shonen
a decade and a half. The Shonen All Stars, they've just been import only.
Yeah. I never would have thought I would hear Dali go, I don't think that the HD graphics that they used were realistic to the original creator's vision for the characters.
I just did, my friend. I just did. What else did you guys play? Anything else?
I briefly mentioned it, but that Persona 5 dancing game is still great. Those games are still great fan service, and the remixes of the songs are still good. So if you like Persona 5, Persona 3, or no one was willing to confirm it with me, but they're probably releasing Persona 4 Dancing All Night on the PlayStation 4 because they did in Japan. Makes sense to bring it here too.
Yeah.
Plus all the VOs already translated for that game, so that's like less work they have to do. So I'm just disappointed. Those games don't come out in the US until 2019, and they just came out at the end of May in Japan. So got a while to wait, but still fun.
I played all the Namco Bandai games.
You just like hang out in the booth and play them all?
Yeah, I had an appointment. It was just like arcade style. It was like a media area. Oh, okay. It was just like everything was just empty. So I played the Dragon Ball Fighters on Switch. That's that game. It doesn't look as good, obviously.
Right.
It's good. I played Code Vein. There are a bunch of anime titty in that game. I'm not sure who it's for, but
it's for any dude who has an anime avatar.
There is definitely a Venn diagram somewhere at that office that just says anime titty and then Dark Souls and where they intersect each other.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it says anime titty. Oh no, it says Dark Souls and people who get mad about women being in video games on the internet. And the intersect is Code Vein.
Don't get me wrong, that circle is definitely in there too. But
I played Soul Calibur.
Okay.
Geralt plays like you'd expect Geralt to play in a Soul Calibur game.
I'm just realizing that there were a lot more fighting games on the show floor than I thought there was going to be. Now that you're naming all those, shit!
I played that My Hero Academia game. I haven't watched that show yet, but the game sucks.
Oh, the game sucks. Oh, that's a shame. The anime is great if you're looking for a fun hit anime.
I'm looking for an anime to watch. So
that has my favorite character in it. That's a man who's a bird, not a bird who's a man. And you'll watch that show and it'll make a lot of sense when you watch it.
All right. And I think and they had Jump Stars there. Jump Force there. And that's where I played that. Couldn't figure out how that game really worked in like 15 minutes of playing it. It was a very bad demo, but I could tell there's potential there. So who knows? But yeah. And I saw Dying Light 2.
Okay.
That's a sequel to Dying Light.
Have you guys heard of the original Dying Light? This is the sequel.
They gave me this big, hideous backpack from that.
Nice.
Yeah, that I had to carry around like an idiot.
The original Dying Light's pretty good, so I'd assume the sequel should be okay.
It looks like they overhauled the parkour system in this.
Oh, nice.
So it looks really cool. Like I wasn't super into Dying Light 1, but I'm like way into this one.
Does it still have what's his name? Travis Baker as the main character?
No, I think it's a different character.
Okay, because I don't know if it was E3 specifically or like since I've been back, but I feel like every like game I've played recently has had him as a voice actor.
You mean Troy Baker?
Troy Baker, yeah. Travis Barker is. I just
the drummer from.
Yeah, I just like Google because it's like that doesn't sound right to me, Travis Baker, and the first one that came up was Travis Barker, but yeah, Troy Baker is what you're looking for. I feel like he's in so much stuff. Oh, that's what it was. He was in like 3 games at PAX. He's at E3, and then he's also in what am I playing? Oh, he's in Cross Tag, Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
That's right.
Battle.
Yeah,
he's the new Nolan North.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Which is especially funny because they figured they had to know because they cast him as Nathan Drake's brother.
Mm-hmm.
So it was it was Nolan North and Troy Baker together. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. So please, publishers, can we get another generic male voice in games? I understand he's a great voice actor. He plays good characters, but like, come on.
Let's just start recycling it. So like, bring the circle all the way back around. Go back to Stephen Blum.
Yeah, there you go. That works. That works.
Give everything to Charles Martinet or whatever. Could you imagine him doing like the main character in an Assassin's Creed game? I think that would be hysterical.
That would be awesome.
I'm trying to think other games I saw.
Sam and I went to the Indie Heaven.
Oh yeah, Phantom Doctrine, which is actually
cool.
He said he wants the release date of that game to be before the end of summer. So I was like, like, what are you planning? Like August, September? And he kept saying like by the end of the summer. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I trust you. Trust me. I promise you will be out by the end of the summer, or I will be a dead man. And I was like, okay. So Phantom Doctrine will be out then. Semblance.
Wait for you have
That's a
not
cool
played.
game.
You have not played a platformer.
Yes, I was given. There was a whole conversation about how I had never
This
played.
is the first real platformer I hear.
Yes. And like technically, he's not wrong. But at the same time, that mechanic of shifting platforms and stuff have been like not the same like jelly like platform construction that they do in this game. But like you have played games where you move the platforms around.
Mm-hmm.
You even did that in
Mario, the original Mario Brothers.
No, Half-Life 2.
Pipes.
Half-Life 2, you moved platforms around and stuff like that. So like, it's been in games before. But Semblance has like basically the walls, or some of the walls are made like Play-Doh, and you get to smush them to set up different jumps and stuff like that. And I will say like that they did a lot of smart things in the demo of. I was told that you could go to any level at any time. The only thing that was preventing you was like, did you have the knowledge of how to do certain jumps or like certain setups and stuff like that. So that I think that's interesting. Mm-hmm. And it seems like something that you're gonna find there. Like you're gonna be able to like talk to people and be like, oh, I solved this by like squishing this platform. It's like, oh, well, I just did this and jumped and it worked fine. I'm hopefully that's correct, because I feel like those games can take a hard turn into no, you have to do it exactly like this or it's impossible to do. So I guess we'll find out when the full game comes out, which is also planned for by the end of this year. I think they're also planning to get it out by the end of summer.
I was across the room from you. I played Rune Ragnarok, which is sort of a Viking raid game.
I heard that game sucks.
It's still really rough. The idea is kind of interesting, but the alpha build that they showed me wasn't didn't spark any enthusiasm in me that it was going to be something that I could really get into, because it's just this giant open world multiplayer. They have 30 players at one time right now, but they're trying to get up to 64 players at a time, and you could do PvP servers, so that anything you do will injure your teammates, even by accident, which is we were playing on PvP server, or PvE or single player. But your whole goal is just to go do little quests around the world. And by little quests, I really do mean like kill 5 humans, kill 3 ogres, kill 5 of these guys, get to the mountaintop and activate this gem, and then kill 5 more ogres. That's kind of all they had. So if that's all the game is, it's probably not going to be all that fun. If they can actually mix it up and put some type of real narrative in there and give some variety, I could see it being a little more interesting. But yeah, I left that game and thinking it's not going to be super memorable. And it's a sequel to a game from like 2000. I guess there was a whole Rune series of these Viking games, but whatever.
Is it a sequel to RuneScape?
Yeah, I don't think so. There was a point where I'm like attacking an ogre or a troll or a giant, whatever the hell it is. And this giant is a level 5 and I'm a level 4. And the giant takes one swing at me, very first hit, and kills me. And so I have to respawn. The game lets you respawn. If you found a respawn point, like on that island, you can respawn there. Otherwise, you're respawning to the nearest one, which was all the way on the other side of the world. So it took me like 10 minutes to get from where I was from where I died, or from where I respawned back to where the battle was. And by then, my partner ended up dying, so he had to get all the way back there. So that was kind of a bunk situation. So whatever. Anything else, Sam? Any other games you played?
I didn't play it, but I did have a demo of the Surge 2. Played for me.
I had to cancel that because I was overbooked. I'm really upset about it.
You didn't miss like an incredible amount. It looks.
Have you heard of the Surge?
Yeah, Surge is awesome.
You now have character creation. You're not playing as one defined character. You can make whoever you want. It's set in a city as opposed to just set in a warehouse. I'm trying to think what else. They now have directional blocking.
Okay.
Before in the first game you could block or you could jump up or duck. attacks, but now you can angle your blocks. And now there's going to be cores that can go into your armor that can give your suit like special effects. So they were showing like a stealth core that this guy had, and that you could take it off of them and then make yourself stealth and sneak up behind people and stuff like that. They are also adding true ranged weapons to the game, and not just making your droid like have the ability to fire. They are giving you ranged weapons so you can like mix and match throughout combat. To use people like it's set up like a Dark Souls game. So like basically ranged stuff is just to bait people away from groups and try to like take somebody one-on-one. And you're also not fighting, you may be fighting like zombie type things again, like you were in the first one, but you're fighting more pure humans in this game. Pure humans sounds bad. But like you're fighting more like actual humans and not like people that don't have minds or anything like that.
You mean just like normal people and not like the pure white race,
like,
right?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you're fighting normal ass human beings and not like
weird cyber zombies.
Yeah, I haven't finished the Surge, so I can't tell you why they're weird, but whatever weird thing happened to them, it doesn't seem like has happened.
Probably nano machines.
Yeah. What, it turned into Metal Gear all of a sudden?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you also played Destiny 2.
Oh, yes. Dali watched me clean up in the Destiny
you did.
2
Holy shit.
Gambit mode. I wasn't even playing as my real class, dog. I'm not playing as a hunter. I'm not here as a warlock pretending I know what my abilities are.
Well, I mean, that's the best class, so.
Actually, I think it might have been a Titan. No, it was a warlock because I could do the AoE like thing, but they have like a new dome, and that's what kept killing me is because I thought I was playing as a Titan because I set up a dome multiple times, and then I died. It's like this is a shield. They can't shoot into this. Turns out they can because I'm not a Titan. But yeah, that Death Gambit mode is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah, it's and I think it's set up in a way that's fair to like my group that played Destiny isn't a very good PvP group. Like not a lot of us play PvP. Tom is for breezing his room. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I found a thing of air.
Oh, so you're doing some duster over there.
Yeah,
okay. I'm walking on sunshine. I completely lost my yeah, so like I think PvE based groups will be able to be like do just fine in that mode and be able to still fight against teams that are basically more PvP focused. They do a lot of smart things of like telling you how many cores like your teammates have, or motes. They're called motes. I'm sorry, letting you know how many motes your teammates have. And making like we didn't have any way to communicate with our teammates, but my one teammate the second game was kind of sandbagging. He was holding on to like 20 motes, and I just want to be like, my dude, like the game would be over if you turned it in. But I understand he was doing. I hope he was doing it as a way to make the demo last longer, as opposed to a way to doing. He didn't know what he was doing. I like the idea that only one of your teammates can go over and screw with them at one time.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So like again, if you were able to communicate with your teammates, it would be smart to be like, okay, well, you're the one with the super up. You go over at this time and mess with them. Like you're the one that's able to kill other players. Like you go over. And the idea of like, basically you don't have all the time in the world. I think you get like 30 to 45 seconds on the enemy's arena side. Mm-hmm. Like when you teleport over. So you have to be aggressive, but you can still kind of like lay a trap. Like the one time I went over, I saw like a group of enemies drop towards me, so I just kind of waited until they made their way over to that group of enemies. So when they were fighting those enemies, I was like, surprise, and like killed like two of them like real quick. So there's definitely strategies that you can do there. And also the final boss regains like a quarter of his health if the attacker kills one of your teammates while he's up. So like there can definitely be some very like clutch late game saves happening just because somebody got lucky and was able to drop somebody quick enough to get that boss to heal. So I think that mode's cool. I don't know if it's going to be worth the price of admission for an entire new Destiny expansion for what is a new game mode that's probably either on existing maps or only like 2 or 3 new maps. So I didn't get to see any of the single player content that's coming with that expansion or any of the raids and stuff like that. So I cannot speak to the full value of that product, but I will say that Death Gambit mode is pretty cool.
We also did play Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Did we play Call of Duty, or were we there as just meat to be put into the grinder for people that actually play
the meat?
Oh, really?
Oh my
lord!
We got wrecked.
Yeah, I did good for maybe one life, and by did good I mean I think I killed somebody and did damage to a second person. Yet again, in a game of Call of Duty, unless you're good at Call of Duty, you shouldn't be playing Call of Duty online. And this is the year that finally acts as single player, so unless you're really into zombies, you're going to be playing Call of Duty online. And I can tell you in the, let's say, 10-minute long demo we had, on both matches we played, the other team figured out how to how to respawn camp us. So
seconds into the match, they were respawn camping us.
Yes. So yet again, they have not solved the primary issue I have with those games, which is they are broken if you're good at the game. And if you're bad at the game, it is impenetrable to play. So this is yet another Call of Duty I will probably be passing on.
Anything, Tom, that you saw? Anything else you want to talk
about? Played Tomb Raider.
Okay.
It's still pretty cool.
It's a Tomb Raider game.
It's more of that game.
Cool.
It feels like just more of that game, but in
a continuation. Sure.
Yeah. The tagline to that game is like "Become the Tomb Raider," right?
Yeah.
What did we do in the last two games?
I raided a bunch of
just raided tombs.
There was a round of raiding going on for now, deciding you know what? I am a Tomb Raider.
That last game though, like you basically hung out with Jesus. Like that was the thing you did in the last game.
I didn't play the second one. I've only played the first one.
Oh, it's very fun. And yeah, I think I've played like 10 games at E3. It's weird. I'm hoping I get to play more games at PAX West.
Are you heading to PAX West?
Yeah, we're doing a thing.
No, okay, cool.
I played a lot of games at E3, I feel. There's definitely a handful of them that, to put kindly, may have already gotten their time in the limelight and not deserved that time. So I don't want to continue discussing
what are you talking about?
I will say the one thing that was probably the most game I played the entire time was I don't even remember the name of it. It was
Ninjala. I was just about to talk about it too.
That game sucks wind, man.
That was so bad.
Boy. Made by Gung Ho Studios. Gung Ho's publishing it.
Gung Ho Games.
That game looks like somebody ripped the assets from Splatoon, downgraded them, and then tacked on a really bad game. I just don't know who it's for or what it's trying to do. It's not a shooter. It's not like
it's melee.
Action
it's like weird
game.
Melee.
Yeah. And like all the things like when I was sitting in line waiting to play the game, they had this video rolling of aim your shots and like run up the walls and like fly and do all this types of stuff. But the demo we played was fully on the ground. There was like barriers preventing you from running up any walls. Basically, the only point of the game is to get somebody stuck with your bubble. Oh, so you chew bubble gum the whole time, and you can blow your bubble bigger or smaller, and then you can use that bubble to make a bigger or smaller weapon depending on how big your bubble is. And then you can chew on some more gum and blow a bigger or smaller bubble, and then you can shoot at that bubble at somebody. Bigger it is, slower it travels, but longer they get stunned for. And smaller it is, faster it travels, but shorter they get stunned for. So you stun them, and then you charge up your
baseball bat thingy,
your baseball bat or whatever your weapon is, and then you hit them. And if you kill them, it's a ninjutsu or whatever, and you get more points. And it's basically point based, but none of that matters because at the end of the game, if you did something cool, you get 1,000 free points. So last place might all of a sudden be in first place because they did one sick trick the entire
It's
game
basically
and then just
like
hide the whole other rest
it's
of it.
like taking like Splatoon assets and throwing in Mario Party like 9 gameplay where it doesn't matter. You might as well have been in the same truck going around a city shooting at people with baseball bats or hitting people with baseball bats, and then at the end it doesn't matter because the dude who made the sickest attack got the most points anyways.
Yeah. If that game's not free to play, I don't know how they're gonna move units. Yeah, geez. Also the demo, like weirdly the demo, like it seems like that game is playable with like 8 or 12 players, but they were like exclusively only running demos of 4 players at a time.
Yep.
Huh.
So like I don't know who that's for.
That's a pass unless they reveal something interesting. That's a pass.
Before we wrap on this like line of thought, I just wanted to share my most disappointing demo of E3, which was 2 days, the week of E3. I was hit up with an email that said, "You need to come to Koei Tecmo. Can't tell you what the game is. It's unannounced, but you have to see this. It's like Koei Tecmo is hell, and you're gonna be glad you did this." And I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know what it is. It's a short appointment. I'll go see it." Watching press conferences, no Koei Tecmo games get announced. Watching PlayStation, I'm like, "Oh fuck." They announced Neo 2. So it's going to be Neo 2. Fucking get there. Apparently they stealth announced a Dead or Alive game.
We shrunk down the titties though.
Yeah. So it's like, oh.
It's going to be Neo 2. Oh.
Like that's 2 fighting games that shrunk boobs because Samus's boobs have been edited down in Smash Bros.
Yeah. That's right. That was another fighting game was Dead or Alive. Shit. One for every month.
I don't know, man.
So we're sorry, Tom.
Tried to go there and feign interest in a Dead or Alive game.
It's like going. It's like From Software is inviting you to their booth. You're like, holy shit, it's happening! It's happening! It's happening! We got a brand new match 3 Dark Souls game. Actually, that does sound kind of
probably
badass.
sick.
Now that I think about it, that's probably pretty badass. Dark Gems. All right, gentlemen, let's wrap this up. E3 2018 is the trailer for E3 2019.
In the fucking bag in the trash where it belongs.
Yep, that's it. We're done talking about it. Stay tuned to the site. We'll have some more of our hands on. I'm plowing through. I think Sam's basically done with all of his, but I got like
358 days until E3 2019.
Exactly. We're gonna do it. All right, guys. Where can we find you, Sam?
You can find me on Twitter at SamDI79. My most recent hot tweet: why is it a trend in pop music currently for songs to sound like they are from Sonic the Hedgehog 2? I'm not complaining, just wondering why it's taken so long for people to use nostalgia on Sega kids. Has anybody else noticed this? That some like Cardi B,
anybody else noticed
that Bruno Mars song with Cardi B for some unknown reason sounds like a rejected song from Sonic 2. And there's like a million other ones. And again, I have no problem with it. Michael Jackson wrote most of the music for Sonic 2. Yeah. So it's not saying it's bad music. I'm just wondering why it's taken 20 odd years for Sega kids to finally revolt. And take over the world. Sega's been on a real tear recently. Those Pumas look sick. The blue ones,
I ordered them.
Yeah, the blue ones look cool. The Robotnik ones look dumb. But that's because anybody that puts up caution tape and thinks it's cool or edgy is very wrong. But yeah, so go there if you want important tweets, and if you want to see both the Jabberwockies and DJ Khaled.
And another one
Facebook party at E3, and also where I talk about chubby Star Fox and his chubby pudgy R-wing, and you can see a photo of it, I think.
Or if you really want good comedy, go to Sam's tweets from 10 years ago, which are just phenomenal.
Yeah, back when I was like 16 and Facebook and Instagram, damn it, Twitter just came out. And no one knew how to use that platform whatsoever. Everybody just used it as like the "what are you thinking" thing from Facebook back in the day. And Trust me, yours are as dumb as you think they are from back then too.
Like
for
a
everybody.
sandwich. Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm sick, but I need to get things done today. Which is exactly how I felt today. So maybe I'll just retweet that tweet from back then.
Single tweet. It just says, killing it.
Killing it.
Where my dog's at. Where can we find you, Tom?
You can find me everywhere at that Tom Johnson.
Oh, God. You can find me at Dali Domofsky, or you can find me at Sega CD Games. Just kidding. That's not my account.
That's a really good account.
Sega CD Games because they're fantastic. It's, I don't know who it is, but it's some dude who's coming up with just the best Sega CD games. The latest one is it's called Your Son's Graduation or 5 Large on Dream a Little Dream of Me. Oh, God. That's an insta follow. I'm going to leave you guys with this hot gem from 2008, 6/19/2008. It is from myself. It says, amazed at the amount of support from everyone voting for me. I'm already the top vote getter in the contest. I don't even know what I was voting for, what I was in the running for. Whatever. It's kind of fun to look at all these things. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next at SideQuesting podcast. Love you. Peace.
When was that tweet, Dali?